Just excuse me, I have a glass of, just a drink of water.
That's okay, I'll unmute myself
Okay.
and let Michelle have a glass. Are you all, hang on 2 seconds, are you all refreshed, Michelle?
It's a good question to ask. Okay, I'm good. Let's
That's
do
good.
it.
Go.
Now, these are the last couple of slides I'm going to give you tonight, and these are the best sleep hygiene tips that I could distill. Have a constant bedtime routine, and this is not only the time you go to sleep but also the time that you wake up. And as I said before, this is important because of those body temperature changes and those hormone changes and those light changes, and it is so important to keep those constant, and you'll actually find that the more you make that a habit, the more your body will actually send you into a deeper sleep and a more sort of quality sleep. You can have a warm shower before sleep, and this actually acts to trick your body into thinking that once you get out of the warm shower, it's starting to cool down. And this is a trick that a lot of shift workers use as well, because it tricks their body into cooling and they can go to sleep. Have a pre-sleep calming routine. I would recommend not using any technological devices. So try to stay away from the TV. But then at the same time, like I said before, this is such an individual thing that you need to do what works for you. And if you're finding that TV or reading a book works and that helps you calm down, then you do that. Maybe just stay away from the action or the horror films just before bed. Sleeping more does not necessarily equal feeling more refreshed. What we've found is that it is sleep quality, not sleep quantity that you need. Oversleeping, so sleeping for 10 hours or more, may actually promote sleep inertia. Now, sleep inertia is what everyone normally feels in the morning, and that's that 30-minute or so period where you actually feel quite sleepy in the morning. And that's very, very normal, but it will promote more of this. Only use the bed for sleep activity and, of course, partner activity, however nicely I can say that, because make it a very special place where you just go to sleep, and create a very, very nice bedroom and a nice bed. Have nice sheets, nice cushions, thick, dark curtains that keep the light out. Make it a wonderful place to go. Excuse me, this cough is catching up with me. All right, next slide, please. Here's something that often surprises people: exercise in the afternoon. And this is because what will actually happen is that if you get that light in the afternoon, it will make sure that your sleep cycles are phased to fall asleep at a regular time in the afternoon, at regular time at night. If you get exercise in the morning, that sunlight will actually shift your sleep cycle so that you want to fall asleep earlier. Limit any naps you might have to 20 minutes. Now, you might have forgotten already, but at the very beginning of the talk I said that sleep cycles occur in 90-minute cycles. Now, what happens in a 90-minute cycle is that after about that 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you start to dip down into quite deep sleep. What you want to do with a nap in the afternoon is avoid that deep sleep. It'll save you from waking up groggy, and it will also not impact on your nighttime sleep. This is a tricky one. Try to limit alcohol consumption. Even though it might help you fall asleep at night, it's going to break your sleep up even more over the course of the night. And then, of course, it's going to wake you early in the morning because you need to go to the bathroom. Monitor your caffeine intake. We all love a good cup of coffee, and I know I do. Try to stop drinking caffeine after about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because even if you're a habitual caffeine drinker, it will actually impact upon your sleep. And a lot of people scoff at this and say, no, I've been drinking coffee for years and it's not affected my sleep. Remember that part how I said it's not the quantity of sleep, it's the quality? Caffeine, even if you're not aware of it, will be affecting the quality of sleep that you're getting. Make sure you get natural sunlight in the morning, and this again is all about resetting that slightly 25-hour body clock that you have back into a 24-hour body clock. So maybe you want to go and stretch and have your morning coffee, even though I've said no caffeine, morning coffee out on the out steps looking at the sun. And be aware that medications can also affect your sleep. So when you have got medications, if you find that you're doing all of these sleep hygiene things, you don't have any other underlying medical disorders or sleep disorders, and you're still having affected sleep and you're still worried, do talk to your GP about the medications that you're on. Don't stop your medications. Do ask your GP whether there might be alternatives or whether these medications can affect your sleep. Next slide, please. Pictures. Okay, so today we looked at how sleep changes as we age. Do we need less sleep as we get older? Can a person expect to experience more sleep problems or have a sleep disorder in advanced age? And what can we do to get a good night's sleep? So we addressed that, yes, sleep does change as we age, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, you do need less sleep as you get older. You may get a sleep problem because statistics show us that sleep problems are more common with older age, but you might not, and your sleep problems may, or your conception of a sleep problem could be your own subjective experiences. But it's always good to get these things checked. And those sleep hygiene tips, I will make sure that I send them to Steve in a note form, and if anyone would like them, please ask Steve for them. And so you can follow those sleep hygiene tips or pass them on to someone else. Next slide, please. Okay, so I always like to tell people where they can go to get more information on sleep clinics. Insomnia is there are so many people with insomnia, and also as we age the incidence of sleep apnea just increases grossly. So you always can visit your GP to get referred to a specialist. There's an insomnia program at the Hollywood Clinic in Perth, cardiorespiratory sleep allied group in Perth. Also many public hospitals and private clinics run sleep studies. A lot of our research at UWA is actually run in collaboration with Sir Charles Gardner Hospital and the WASDRI group up there, and they're actually a fantastic public sleep clinic.